So well, my friends, today the bicycle, an e-bike. If you're interested in, I can tell you now some experience what I have, because I drove a lot of bicycle. If you don't know me, I drive normally to the highest mountains here, over 2000 meters, 2000 meter mountains in one day. I drive 200 kilometers with a mountain bike. The Rodeo, that is the preparation for Ötztaler Radmarathon, Höttinger Höll, and on and on and on. So I have a lot of bicycles what I could drive the last years, also race cycling, mountain bike, and on and on. And so here I have an e-bike. That is what I do, as a job. I drove with that 40 hours a week, Every day I drove 34 days in a row, every single day, It's an e-bike. I got this for 100 euro a month. It is for sure not the best e-bike, but I will tell you my experience. And if this such a dual, you get such a dual like from Himiway and other things around 1000 euro, you get such a style when you want to buy it. For whom it is good or not, I will tell you now. My experience is I had two of those variations. This is with the smaller wheels. I think they are 26 and the other one was 28 or 29 wheels. This is to me more comfortable, but I'm used to have the smaller wheels, Even if you drag it down, downstairs when you are at home, this is more comfortable with the smaller wheels. Also to drive to me, but that you have to know. One big difference to other bicycles, this has not a drehmoment sensor. We will come to this. The weight is around, I would say, 25 kilo plus minus, with the battery in there. So you can lift it easily downstairs. I have no problem with it. You grab it here, I grab it here with the other hand, and that really goes. It's not that heavy, And the thing is, this has no drehmoment sensor. What means this? Normally, when you drive bicycle, you want a drehmoment sensor, because then when you push into it, you get that much energy out of the motor what you put into it. And here you only have to make the circle. If you have the lightest or the hardest thing in, you know what I mean? We have to go from here, you see it? Wait. If you have the lightest or the hardest thing in, that doesn't matter, You only have to make one thing, Bam. You only have to do this. And when you do that, then you drive to almost 25 km/h, And you can imagine that we have three, I have here 1, 2 and 3 levels with the power from the battery, and even by level 1 I came to 23 km/h almost, and then 24 and then 25 in the third. So that has a lot of power, and you can imagine that if you drive downwards, and when you drive downwards and you make this, then normally you have absolutely no resistance. And the same is here. So you can drive with this on a straight floor with 25 km/h and you don't have a resistance. You only have to do the circle, but you have no resistance, And so for many, they hate it because they say this is then like a motorbike, But to me, when you want to save energy, that is a great thing. And I think you have when you sit on a very straight position, not like on a race cycling bike or a mountain bike, very comfortable. The downside is there is no vibration in. Here is not one and here is not one. So here you could put in an own tool where you have a little bit of vibration, you know what I mean. But the other bikes what exist have here a vibration in, and also you can put on one here when you buy this extra. Then that would be a big advantage, because on streets you feel that hard bike by every small street, bam bam bam, that is not comfortable, But so that means when you drive, bam, you are immediately at 25 km/h, And when you have the first thing in, the first power, you are by 23 around, and then you can do a little bit. That is so minimal resistance, but it is comfortable. By level 2 and 3 you have no resistance, but you drive 25 km/h, So I think that is a great tool when you want to drive in the city, and when you have long distances in a straight way, like I did when you drive 4 hours on that route and back on straight things. I think very comfortable, you know, with the first level. And the battery here, I had a problem because they are used for many years, so they can be over after 2 hours, 3 hours. This lasts now 4 hours around. The downside is, you know, you can also drive upwards. I have tested it, you know, very plus point, because when it is not that steep, I would say 5%, 10% upwards, you don't have to have resistance, you know. It's the same thing you only have to do. It is easier than with a normal bike on a straight thing, you know. So now not in the theory, in the practice now for you, for the bicycle, you know. So when I have the third thing in, up to 10% and such things, you fly up. You don't even have to make this. You do this, but there is no resistance, you know. You fly up a hill, I'll show you that. With this motor at the back wheel. Wait, now watch. When I make this now, that is really, with my normal bike, a steeper thing up here, you know. A long steep thing where I really have to sweat. But now I fly up, I only have to do like this, you know. This is like if you would drive downwards and you have to do like if you would pedal, you know, but there is no resistance. And the same here, when I fly up, I have to wait because of the garbage or the paper. And you fly up with no resistance. So if someone wants to have a bicycle, you know, it is really unbelievable. Because I think this complete other than those middle motors, you know. Because there you have to make resistance. But here I only do like if I would put in energy. But there is no energy. I fly up the hill like nothing. Only by 15% and more, then the motor is out. Then you have no chance. And then you stay, you know. Wow, that was amazing, you know. You have seen that now. But when it comes up to, I would say 15% upwards, then even the highest motor has no power anymore. And then you have really a problem, because it weighs in 25 kilo. And then that means you have to drive with 25 kilo upwards with no power, you know, because there stands nowhere how much Newton meter this has. But I would say 45, I don't know. But that you have to know. So on small upwards, perfect, you know. And a great tool, you know, really, when you have the vibration in. And then I think for the 1,000 euro, what such a tool costs, you have a great thing. And I would drive with this also the 200 kilometer rounds. Use 2 batteries, one here. What I also can tell you, it feels much more comfortable when there is weight on behind. When there is no weight, then that feels not that comfortable, because this goes very quick left and right, you know. But with weight, wow, perfect. I tell you that. That is a really, really cool bike. You can use it for long distances and also drive a bit upwards. Very comfortable, you know. And I drove it up with Höttinger Höll, you know, by once. And there I tell you, the motor, 28%, there is no motor anymore, nothing. There you have to fight on, but I have succeeded it, you know. So a cool tool for everyone who wants a cheap e-bike, but you have to like that you have no resistance, you know. That feels for many not good, you know. So the other ones with a Drehmoment sensor, they feel much more finer for race cyclers, or, you know. But to me, to save energy, to me the point is I want to come to a street ball court, then it is perfect. Or when you have to deliver, don't lose energy. And in the first level it feels comfortable, you know, and that it is. So if you have interest, you can buy such a thing, you know, and that it is. So we see us next time. Until then, bye and ciao.